Premier League Crystal Palace vs West Ham United prediction, team news, lineups preview. Two teams seeking to bounce back from defeats on the opening weekend of the new Premier League season meet at Selhurst Park on Saturday afternoon, as Crystal Palace play host to West Ham United. The Eagles secured a thrilling 5-2 victory in their last home meeting with the Hammers just 4 months ago, towards the end of last season. Match preview. After going through pre-season without losing any of their 5 friendly fixtures over the summer, Crystal Palace kick-started the 2024-25 campaign with a 2-1 defeat away against Brentford in the Premier League last weekend. The Eagles were made to rue a refereeing howler from Sam Barrett, who admitted after the match that he made a mistake by blowing his whistle too early to disallow a superb first-half free kick from Eberechi. Shortly before Brian Bumo went up the other end to open the scoring for Brentford. Palace restored parity in fortunate circumstances as Ethan Pinnock inadvertently diverted the ball into his own net just before the hour mark. But Brentford secured all 3 points thanks to a 76th-minute winner from Yoane Wissa. Oliver Glasner believes that the referee's error in disallowing Iza's goal would have been inconsequential had his Eagles outfit made the most of their first-half dominance. And the Austrian felt that his side's lack of rhythm and creativity in transition was a major factor for their lack of success in the final third. Palace will welcome Saturday's return to Selhurst Park, where they won their final 4 home matches of last season by an aggregate score of 16-2 and have also won their last 2 home meetings with West Ham United, including the aforementioned 7-goal triumph in April. Julen Lopetegui's tenure as West Ham head coach began with a 2-1 defeat at home to Aston Villa last weekend, with one of the Hammers' reported summer transfer target netting the match winner for the visitors. Indeed, after Lucas Paqueta's 37th-minute penalty had cancelled out a 4th-minute opener from Villa debutant Amadou Onana, Ihan Duran came off the substitutes bench to score the decisive goal 11 minutes from time and hand Unai Emery's side all 3 points. Lopetegui was left unhappy and sad after his Hammers side started the match in the worst way, but the Spaniard has taken some positives from his team's performance and is now focused on the big challenge his players have against Crystal Palace. One of Lopetegui's main tasks this week has been to integrate 8 new signings into his first-team squad. Only 2 Max Kilman and Guido Rodriguez were handed starts against Villa, while 3 of the 4 then began on the bench. Nicolas Füllkrug, Crescencio Somerville and Jean-Claire Todibo were brought on as substitutes. West Ham head into Saturday's contest having lost each of their last 3 Premier League games against fellow London teams, with their last 2 seeing them lose 5-2 at Palace and 5-0 against Chelsea. No team in English football history has ever conceded 5 or more goals in 3 successive London derbies. Team news. Crystal Palace will be without defender Joachim Andersen as he is on the verge of completing a £30 million transfer to Fulham, while Jordan Ayew has allegedly agreed to join Leicester City and is also set to miss out. The Eagles' only injury concern is with Matheus Franca, who is making progress in his recovery from a fractured rib, but will not be involved on Saturday. The absence of Andersen could see either Nathaniel Klein or Jefferson Lerma handed a start in a 3-man backline next to Chris Richards and captain Mark Guéhi, who has also been linked with an exit amid reported interest from Newcastle United. Sheikh Doucouré will be pushing to start in midfield ahead of either Will Hughes or Adam Wharton, while summer signing Ismaila Sarr may begin as a substitute once again if Glasner decides to stick with Daichi Kamada and Jean-Philippe Mateta in attack. As for West Ham, Edson Alvarez is progressing well after sustaining a hamstring problem while competing for Mexico at the Copa America earlier this summer, and the midfielder will be assessed ahead of kickoff. Aaron Wan-Bissaka watched on as an unused substitute last weekend, but he could make his full debut at right-back at the expense of Vladimir Koufal, while Todibo could partner fellow new signing Kilman at centre-back, which would see Konstantinos Mavropanos make way. Füllkrug will be looking to replace Michail Antonio up front, while Somerville will likely begin on the bench once again should Lopetegui stick with captain Jared Bowen and Mohamed Kudus on the flanks. Crystal Palace possible starting lineup. Henderson, Richards, Lerma, Gahey, Munoz, Wharton, Ducour, Mitchell, Kamada, Ease, Matida. West Ham United possible starting lineup: Arriola, Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, Kilman, Emerson, Rodriguez, Soucek, Bowen, Paqueta, Kudus, Fulkrug. We say, Crystal Palace 2-2 West Ham United. Goals are to be expected in Saturday's intriguing fixture. Both teams have scored in each of the last 14 meetings between Crystal Palace and West Ham, while the last 4 encounters at Selhurst Park have produced 24 goals, 13 for Palace and 11 for West Ham. The Eagles have prevailed in their last 2 home matches with the Hammers, but we expect a response from Lopetegui's men, and they may do enough to claim at least a share of the spoils from an entertaining contest. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.